this mountain, I look down and see a world I was once underneath. I stand on this mountain and I look down. My mind is more than it once knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Now you're here. You're here. You're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me see. Found me see. I climb down this mountain and I look around just to see that everyone used to be me. I climb down this mountain and I look around. My mind embracing more than the truth, than the truth, than the truth, than the truth, than the truth. Now you're here, you're here, you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Found me sing. Found me sing. I once was blind, but now I see the beauty of the world before me. Now you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Now you're here, you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me sing. Found me sing. Found me sing. Found me sing.
Hello, hello, hello. We got Dutchess in the house first. Like, shared. Y'all run over and crush that like, support mom. Thank you, Dutchess. Chris is in the house. We got Cash in the house. Guys, if you're not subbed up to Cash, what are you doing with your life? Notified, then notify me of mom noted. Okay, heads up. FarQ's toilet is broken. I saw y'all scheduled a live, so I'm sure of the current situation. Be sensitive, Lord. Arctic's in the house. Hi, love. Thank you so much for being here. Cold Renard FarQ broke his toilet. How is your knob? Oh, Lord. Cash, you never have to behave. We love you just the way you are. No witches, bed knobs, broomsticks, talks, or whips. Not tonight. Not on this live. We'll never know where we'll end up on the next one. After this live, it should transport you guys to the next live. Cash, we like you because of who you are, and that's what matters. Thank you, Chris. That's a beautiful, beautiful way of saying it. I put up videos of several cases. Your friend sent me. Some had already been found safe. We love found safe. Rondi Potter is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. There's Leslie. Thank you so much, Leslie, for coming in tonight. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. There's Far. She's in the house. She'll be back tonight after this show. Like I said, it will teleport you guys, and you'll be teleported to the Aussie Live. We're going to go to the land down under. Fuzzy Puff's in the house tonight. Thank you, Fuzzy, for being here. May not be very chatty, nursing a migraine. Oh, you're fine, Arctic. You're absolutely fine. I don't know where Kimba is. She's been awfully quiet today. So if you feel like coming up, Arctic, let me know, and I'll drop the link in our group chat. If not, you can nurse that headache, because I had one yesterday. So I totally understand. We sat in traffic for about an hour, and I honestly believe that the exhaust from the semi that we were trapped behind is what caused that. Hi, Mittens. Thank you so much for being here tonight. So I figured we would have, a PSA kind of live, a public service announcement kind of live. So I want to give everybody a chance to get in here, and then I want to talk about the effects of social media and crime cases. And I'm not going to just put that down to just true crime. There's Crime Curious in the house. Thank you so much for being here, love. Y'all definitely sub up to Arctic, Crime Curious, Cash, Dutchy. I had one that Sam had to put up. Yeah, I had one last night. I went to bed early, and I'm a night owl. I'm usually up. If you guys hear the Discord going off, it's usually me in there dropping links and looking up stuff. There's Avery in the house. They are horrible. I wonder if it's the barometric pressure, Arctic, that's causing it. There's been a lot of headaches going around, and I get a headache. I'm down. Like I'm done. I'm done. Put a fork in me. I am done. I am done. So there has been some pretty gnarly storms going through. I know it's hit a lot of our community, so I hope everybody's safe and well. I thought about putting in Discord today a check-in so everybody could check in and let us know, but I think I've managed to reach out to everybody that was in the line of the storms. Guys, we'll see if I can get away with listening on YouTube at work tonight. All right. As long as they're not rudely interrupting your YouTube time, I'm curious. Work gets in the way. Could it be the weather switching temperatures too fast? It could be. It could be. I'm in Florida though, so we only have two seasons, hot and hotter. Yes, prayers for all of those that were affected, absolutely. And the storm damage is heartbreaking. I've seen some of it. Crime with Sarah, welcome in tonight. Thank you so much for being here. There's Drifty in the house. Thank you for being here. So let's talk about, and I really want the chat to interact tonight, because when you sit on this panel as a channel holder, YouTube creator, whatever your choice of title is on this here platform, I want you guys to interact tonight and give me your thoughts. Like if you think I'm just being overreactive, over dramatic, just crazy, reading into things that aren't happening, please let me know. Please let me know what your opinions are. Sorry about that. The dog's minor. I do have littles, for those of y'all that don't know, and one of them likes to be in my lap. Come on. Come on. She's my panel, my co-panel here, and if she's not in my lap, she lets me know she's not in my lap. Yes, things are pretty crazy here on YouTube. I blame depression from seeing my clean cars covered in red dust when I walked out today. I feel that I live on a private road, so we live on a dirt road because it's a private road, and the residents here on the road would actually have to pave the road because it doesn't belong to the county, so my car stays covered in dust. We wash it once a week just to bring it home, and it's set under the carport and get dusty again. It's great. Perfect. I just want you guys to be a part of the discussion. So we'll start out with some of the positives. So let's think about positive impacts of social media and true crime, missing, real crime cases, what are some positive things that comes from mixing true crime and social media? Awareness. There's a good one. Thank you. Mine too at Yellow, Florida. The pollen is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a mixture of pollen and dust from the dirt road. So awareness, there's a good one. I stay a very small circle of channels. People started my morning off with fuckery interfering the remains found in Kingsport where Summer, I'm assuming that's where Summer is missing from. Positive outcomes. There's another positive thing that comes from social media. This is something that's really sad. All the work that Arctic does and all the good that Arctic does and all the fact-based information that Arctic puts out. So what I've seen so far is it was allegedly a male that was found in Kingsport, but the rumor mill will start churning, and before it's over, it'll be 3 or 4 different people that we have missing from that area. Positive, quicker dissemination of information that other media platforms. There's another good one. Absolutely. That is a positive. A good thing is social media. Well, Hippie Chick, that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is the positives of social media and the negatives of social media. So updates, there's another good one. Friendships, there's a good one. We can get cases out faster than mainstream media. Often we cover the cases mainstream media won't touch. Absolutely. So as I like to call us here in our circle, our team, our community that we have, that's not a very large community, but it's not quality in numbers. It's quality over quantity when it comes to our community over here. Shut my Discord down real quick because I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can hear it go ding, 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 ding. We kind of bridge the gap. We bridge the gap between social media and families because sadly, we see a lot of times here in the genre that we do, working with families that have lack of justice or they're missing family member, they're not getting their local social media to help or their local media to help. So what they do next? They reach out to social media. And what you'll find is a lot of these people that may have missing or murdered loved ones, they don't even know that there's a true crime genre. Because what is YouTube mainly known for? It's known for music, gamers, and how do I fix the little flappy thing in the back of my toilet? Googling what you want to see because somebody's got a tutorial video on it, right? That stuff you put out is really good at the negative things people think. Community. There's something else good that you can get from social media, interacting with family members and victims, giving victims a voice. Distance. Positives, making connections with other advocates that you may not come in contact with on the ground in real life. Absolutely. Like myself and Fuzzy. We've connected over social media. We connected through Twitter and being in Twitter spaces together, advocating for missing people. We built a beautiful relationship. Granny's case, Gabby's case worldwide. Absolutely. Absolutely. A positive is the social does get more people involved. Now, not everybody in it is helpful, but it does. That goes with everything in life. I totally agree. But that's a double-edged sword. Depending on the creator, reaching out could be a huge mistake. And I believe what Arctic's caveating from Avery's comment of reaching out to family members, interacting with family members of victims. So it is a double-edged sword. So sometimes you get credible creators, which there's very few of us on this platform that handle families the way they should be handled and engage with empathy, cover the cases with integrity, and are a positive impact to these families. Resources, there's another good one. And welcome in, CZ. Thank you so much for being here. We make a huge difference by talking about cases that we've never heard of. Exactly. Very good point. As a creator, channel holder, whatever you want to look at me as, the front porch queen up here, my cases, a lot of them come from me finding cases. Cases come from family members that don't know what to do, so they reach out for help. A lot of my cases come from my subs. So if one of my subs brings me a case, we'll just say, brings me a case and includes the contact information to a family member, I put that case in my Discord. Because I feel like my Discord's a safe place. I don't have drama in my Discord. And then you see somebody else covering that case. When you had put that case in your Discord because you have contact information for the family and you're going to reach out to the family at a later point and talk to the family and offer a safe place for the family to come and speak that bridges that gap in between, gather factual information that doesn't come from an article or a YouTube video or a news clip, personalized information from that family. All right, let's see. Hi, PJ. Giving victims a voice is my favorite thing. That means everything to me. Hippie chick, it means everything to me as well, is giving the victims a voice, especially the victims that are no longer with us. And our circle, our team covers a lot of cold cases. So with these cold cases, a lot of times, maybe you don't have family that are still alive and with us. So it takes dedication and research to be able to look up vetted information to help you cover that case factually and with integrity. Okay, make sure I didn't miss any. Help family that have nowhere else to go. Drifty, that's a great point. Absolutely. Hi, Taylor. Thank you so much for being here. Mom, I can think of 3 people that I'll never watch because they've compromised their ability to do cases the right way. Sadly, Chris, there is a whole list of creators I will not watch on this platform. And I don't call them creators. I call them channel holders. Because in order to create content, you actually have to go and look for the resources and look for the video clips and go through toxic places like Facebook groups and Reddit threads and web sleuths and places like that. Gather the information, maybe use stock video, do a voiceover, speak in the background, post the person's flyer, do a voiceover, speak in the background. That's a creator. A channel holder is someone who opens their panel, goes on their panel, and shows nothing but news clips. Shows nothing but other people's YouTube videos where they've done the legwork and they've done the research. Like a sub, I had a friend and a friend missing and they were able to get them coverage today, that's always a good feeling. That's a great feeling. And that's an amazing thing that happens on social media. That's an amazing thing that happens because many of you guys know, and hopefully if you're in this chat, you're subscribed to Arctic. Arctic is a very factual-based, credible person that is a dear friend of mine. And I've known since I started on this shortly after I started on this platform as what I do now. I've had a channel for many years, but it was country living. It was like 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers and hunting and dogs and things like that. So Arctic has a name where other advocates and other people that are credible and can be held credible reach out to Arctic or send those families or those loved ones to Arctic because they know that he's going to handle that case as if it was his own family member. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Arctic does a great job giving a voice to Amy, who's missing from Illinois. Exactly. Over the weekend, Arctic had Amy's mom on panel. Did an amazing job. She's not getting any luck from her local media. She's not getting any luck from law enforcement. So Arctic was able to give her a safe place to go to speak about her daughter. Raising money for charities. Well, some creators can do that if they have enough subs. Exactly. If you have 10,000 subs on this platform, you can do what's called fundraisers. And there's a list of places that you can go that you're able to pick that fundraiser. Say, NCMEC. You pick NCMEC. You pick Black and Missing. Whatever your choice is that you pick. The Code Case Foundation. And any super chats come in and it goes automatically to that fundraiser. The cool thing about those is you can also donate anonymously. So you can still be in the chat and you can anonymously donate and say, hey, I want to do my part for this charity. That's a beautiful thing that some creators do. Nonsense. Dutchess. Hi, Jody. Thank you so much for being here. Helping to remember and honor the victims, perhaps contributing to achieving justice for the victims. Absolutely, CZ. That's another good positive. That is another good positive. Thank you, Drifty, for dropping Arctic. So definitely, if you're not subbed up to Arctic, I'll watch Steve, you, Arctic, Cold Dawn, Cold Truth, Dawn, and a few others who are worth watching and don't do things the wrong way. Absolutely. Learning where you volunteer to search. That's another good thing because a lot of times Facebook is used for community outreach. Even you'll see local law enforcement that will put on Facebook, hey, we have a search. This is where you can meet, whether it's a local church or a VFW or the Walmart parking lot. It's their ground zero where everybody's meeting. You sign up, you do the thing, and you can go help search. So yes, Avery, that's another really good thing. Exactly. It's a chat room where people watch TV together, read articles written by others, but they say that they are covering cases. Exactly. Crime Curious. If you're not subbed up to Crime Curious, please make sure you go sub up to her channel. Not only is she a beautiful human being, she is an author. She goes boots on the ground to trials. She does the legwork. She's not only a creator, she is there in person. So she actually takes the time to go to these trials and write notes and then go live on her channel and have these think sessions where she shares what she has took her personal time to go and do and share with other people because we're stronger together. Y'all making my head swell. Well, hopefully you'll float away from having that headache. Well, absolutely well deserved. Like Dutchie, her t-shirts go to various organizations. Absolutely. Absolutely. ArcticFox, you don't need to worry about your head swelling because it's true. You are one of the ones that are here and deserving a few unsubs. Absolutely. I was unsubbed. This is why I'm not seeing you. Oh, no. YouTube unsubbed you, Elizabeth. They do that from time to time. Webby, hi, honey. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subbed up to Webby, please go sub up to her. Elizabeth, if you're having trouble with your notifications, if you'll go in and turn the bell off and then turn it back on, drop it down and hit all, sometimes that helps reset it. Yeah, notifications are all messed up. If you're in my Discord, Elizabeth, I think you are in my Discord. Also, other creators' channel or other creators' videos, I think is what it's called. It drops Arc's videos. So if you're not getting notifications through YouTube, I have that backed up under Carlbot in my Discord. So it should give you a ding or notification from Discord whenever Arctic uploads a video or goes live or any of those things too. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay calm. Glitter Forever, thank you so much for being here. Crime Pierce, I just published my first book yet. Congratulations. I saw that, Avery. Can someone drop whose link? Which link? Whose link do you want? Arctic's got a headache, so I'll try to grab links. Jody, just let me know whose link we're looking for. But why are they getting unsubbed? Because YouTube does it sometimes. Honey, I've lost 5 subs in the last 24 hours if you look at my studio. Congratulations. Where can I find it? I believe it's on Amazon. You forget her name, right? Mitch's. Absolutely. I believe Avery's book is on Amazon. Avery, it's on your channel. I know you dropped it in the Discord. Okay. I'm curious if she'll be right back. Laugh out loud. Immediate support. It's hard to find good creators. Watch trend to point blame to family. Okay, so we've talked about some positives. So let's talk about some negatives of social media. So I'll start out with one thing that I find to be extremely negative impact on crime cases. I'm going to try not to be long-winded. So let's say hypothetically, what's Webby's channel? Give me just a second and I'll drop her link. So let's say hypothetically a 911 call is put on social media on a channel. A creator goes live with the information without vetting the information, without taking any time at all to do any kind of research. Just grab a video and show that video. So where does the problem start? So we have a creator that took no time whatsoever to vet the information. Just posted, talk about, hey, this is information. This is what's going on. And as a creator on this platform, you're not only responsible for what's said on your panel and what you say yourself. There's a reason you have mods in your chat. Your mods are the backbone of your channel. So if you see that you're supposed to be a channel that covers crime cases and there's victim blaming going on in your chat, what would you guys say the responsible thing to do would be? Over here grabbing links. Thank you so much, Arctic. I was working on it. I was a little slow to it, though. I know you're not feeling well, honey, so I was going to try to grab it for you. You're subdividing the web. What I would do is I would go through all my sub channels I would be sub to and check them and make sure that I'm still sub to them. Hi, Runaway. Coming in late. Got a time to catch up. Okay. Take your time, sweetheart. Thank you so much. It's showing up as no copies available. It's sold out. Well, that's good, Avery. Okay, I will support as soon as the supplies replenish. Awesome. Thank you, Crime Curious. Address it and give a warning. CZ, there is a great point right there. So as a creator, even if you're up here hosting a live, it is your responsibility to watch your chat. Correct? It is your responsibility to make sure that you trust the people that have wrenches in your chat to take things like victim shaming out of your chat. Right? I mean, I would think so. Creators doing people's houses and going to Zillow and showing the layouts, pulling people's backgrounds and putting them out when they haven't been charged. That's a huge issue in true slime. Absolutely. Absolutely. Negatives. Buckle up. A FOIA is used in an inappropriate way by creators. Unfortunately, we see this a lot. One good example that I can pull right out is Zav Girl. FOIA requested Gannon Stouch case. The autopsy was done here in Florida. We have the sunshine law down here, which is pretty much where everything's out on the table. Well, she took it upon herself to take pictures of a naked child in an autopsy and put it on her Patreon behind a paywall. Not only did she get called out on YouTube, Brian Enton called her out. And this is just one example. We've seen FOIA requests where maybe the courts are not communicating with the different departments in the courthouse. Information's put out. Generally, believe it or not, where it's put out first is on Twitter. It gets screenshotted on Twitter, then it gets brought to YouTube, and then the court finds out that it's out there. They redact the information. You know what? It's too late. Because there's this wonderful thing called screenshotting, screen grabbing. Somebody has already screen grabbed that. For those of y'all that may be new to the channel and may not realize, when Zav did that, in Gannon's case, Craig was actually in the hospital from having a fatal car accident. I myself was going stir crazy, so I had my laptop with me. I find out that said thing happened. I start reaching out to the governor's office and other officials in the state of Florida, and I wrote a bill. To protect our underage juveniles here in Florida from autopsy reports and autopsy photos being released to the public. I finally get to the top, to the person that I need to speak to that's going to take the information to the Senate. That's going to take the information up, the bill that I wrote, that I set and typed up on my laptop. It gets passed. Now, you know what you won't see on YouTube behind a paywall? Madeline Soto's autopsy. You know what you won't see? You won't see pictures from her autopsy. Because even though we have the sunshine law, our state now protects those victims that are juveniles. Hi, Dutchess. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subbing to Webby. I didn't know Crime Curious book was published. I enjoyed so much on her cases I watched. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, Dutchie, I hope you're feeling so much better. I hope your surgery went well and you're healing properly. We saw that you couldn't take a break, ma'am. You can take the advocate off and put her in surgery, but you can't take the advocate out of Dutchie. I think the worst negative is when it comes to missing children and drama starts. Child trauma is exploited. Worries me. Sad. Child will see it and never come home. Or what happens when the child does come home and they Google hashtag my name and they see that their parents and their family and their grandparents have been run through the mud by these trauma creators, these grifters, these bottom feeders of social media. Do people sit back and think about when they're sitting on their platforms and they're calling parents murderers? What if that was your kid? What if that was your loved one? Would you want somebody like yourself talking about you the way you're talking about those parents? I think it's a huge issue. Someone doxing people on panels. I agree, Chris. I absolutely agree. Those of us that are old enough to remember the black web, the dark web, the whatever you want to call it, the evil web. There are sites on there where you can go get people's social security numbers, names, address, credit card, debit card, the whole 9 yards. Well, hell, you don't even have to go that far anymore. Just find you a good trauma channel that ain't got nothing better to do than ruin people's lives. Negatives, creators doing deep dives into victims of family members, doxing trauma of survivors. Absolutely. There's another negative. I'm glad you're doing better, love. Thank you so much. It's very upsetting. Hi, Cats. I thank you so much for being here. We love Elizabeth, Dutchess. Thank you, Webby, for being here. Yes, yeah, and I appreciate that, Dutchess. I really, really do. And only a handful of people knew that I had any part of that, because it's not something that I talk about. It's not something that, you know, I don't know, with everything that's in this genre, you know, I didn't want it to be like, oh, look what I did, because I didn't do it for me. I did it for the victims. I did it for the ones that we advocate for the ones we give a voice for. If you watch the clip of Gannon's mother, when she found out, her biological mother, not the monster that's in jail for taking his life, if that didn't rip your heart out, I question whether or not you're human. And you know, Zav Girl, she left this platform for a little while and she's back. She had over 100,000 subs. Her sub count dropped. I haven't checked it lately because I don't go over there. I don't give a shit how many subs she has. But she lost a lot of people when she did what she did, because it was disgusting. But it won't happen again out of this state. And when I talked to my state representative here, he was more than happy to assist me to get to the right people that I needed to talk to find out who I needed to email, write the bill out. I had to physically write it myself and email it to the person, and he sent it back and forth to me, and I talked to his assistant on the phone for like 2.5 hours. It was amazing. I was a nervous wreck, but they were really great. They were really great people. Thank you so much, guys. Mom, that's a great bill. I wish other states would do that. And that's the point I was getting to, Chris, is he was telling me that he hoped that they could get other states to adopt the same type of bill. Negatives, people who have real life occupations, which could be of use to advancement of advocacy. They are fearful of sharing their experiences because they have a fear of personal info blasted. Absolutely. I personally know a couple of people that have very useful, professional, real life jobs that I would never say their names on here or put anything out publicly on Twitter, because one person in particular this caveat from Fuzzy Puff here, helped with a case. Didn't do anything wrong. Had full permission from her supervisor, higher up. Not going to give out too many details. People found out her real name, her real city. They made up lies, fabricated information, and she almost lost her job over it when all she was trying to do was help. I would not be foiling autopsy photos to begin with. That's the whole situation was sad. And yes, I can't stop. Got to do what I can when I can. We love you, Dutchie. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Glitter. Mom, these certain creators call themselves true crime, but let's be serious. They are disgusting. They are disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting human beings. Absolutely disgusting. Like, we'll take a case, for example. So, Madeline Soto. There's 3 or 4 channels that cover Madeline. I'm local. I don't cover Madeline every day. Could I? Yeah, absolutely. Could I drive 15 minutes and probably have family and sit across the table from family and video them and interview them every day? Probably so. But do I do that? No. Because you know what Mom doesn't do? Mom doesn't farm content or farm views. I choose to be credible. I choose to show other cases that need attention. Dutchie, you're one of the ones all of your support. Dutchie does amazing. Does amazing. Some so-called creators have mods that are the worst about docking people's information. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you know what happens is you have a riff. You have a riff between your mods. And how many times have you guys seen this happen where conversations get screenshotted, but the context is left out of the conversation? Or say you get close to somebody and they need help at Christmas. So you send them a care package in the mail that has your return address on it, thinking this is a fellow mod that you just absolutely trust. Well, 6 months down the road, they get pissed off about something. They've got your real information. It's all over YouTube being used as a weapon. EPSO released the autopsy to Zabgirl. DA Mike Allen thought it was Florida, but it wasn't. It was HB 2412-44 passed May 1st and never went into effect. January 1st, never again for minor autopsies. Thank you so much, Crime Curious. Never again in Florida and never again in Colorado. So it did get passed in Colorado too. That's awesome. Let me make sure I read that correctly. Alan thought it was Florida, but it wasn't. It was HB 24-124. Went into effect on January 25. Never. Okay, perfect. So that was Colorado. Thank you so much, Crime Curious. Never again in Florida, and I love that. Never again in Colorado. Negative. AI and animation used to mock victims, families, or advocates. These are missing and marginalized are not a form of entertainment. Very true. Thank you for subbing up to Webby. But you should be proud of that. I'm super proud of you. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Glitter. The scamming and doxing and going real life on here. It takes the focus off the missing and the real stories of that matter, in my opinion. Absolutely. Just recently, there's a mod, a chatter, that scammed a shit ton of people out of money. In the trauma community, said person came to this community over a missing child. The creator, where this all started, should be held accountable for not putting a public service announcement out there for everybody that has interacted with this person not to send her money. Because what a lot of people don't realize on these platforms, is a lot of people that are in our chats are homebound, disabled, low income, looking for somewhere to be, to bond, to have that community that they may not be able to go out into town and have that community. It ripped my heart out, and his mother and his father, I cried ugly. Yeah, absolutely. She was devastated. Sorry, I'm behind on chat as usual. It's bad where adults. It's horrible where it's children. It makes me sick. There's Mikey. Hi, honey. Thank you so much for being here. I don't watch Zav anymore. I don't either. Thank you so much, Crime Curious. Much love. Thank you, guys. And like I said, it's not something that I put out there on blast. No, girl, I wish I'd have never watched her. But I watched her before that shit. Have you thought about talking to prototype of the bill you wrote in Florida and sending it to other states? That's a very good idea. I haven't, Glitter. Thank you for that. And that's why I love my community, because we're stronger together. We come together. You guys have any idea how my mind goes a million miles a minute? I've got 999,776 things going on, and I have adult children. And any of y'all that have adult children or adult grandchildren know that that's a whole nother monkey on your back. Hi, Tandy. Thank you so much for being here. All Zav Girls streams are the same anyway. Hours of contorting her face and reacting to other people's work, looking like she's going to give Oh, my Lord. Arctic, I needed you. I prefer to watch locals who cover cases than people who call themselves locals and act like they really are, but they don't. Exactly. Or Sebastian Rogers' case. We had locals that started their channels off of his case. Now they've blown up. Well, now people have realized that those halos that they wore have turned into horns. How many times have we seen that happen? Me too. My purpose is small, but I'd venture out to others. Yeah. Dutchess said, don't get me started. I brutally thank you so much for being here. And I think I saw Exotic. Exotic, welcome in, honey. I'm sorry I missed your comment. I'm on kind of a rant here tonight. Brutally checked in. They are good to go. Creators asking subs to pay their rent, their lights, mortgage, internet is also a very bad look. Absolutely. That's a very bad look. I only sub to a handful of creatures. I think that's creators, but we'll go with creatures because after watching some, I found out them to do out of pure greed, and it's a damn shame. Absolutely. I have an adult son and my parents and a hubby and a pup, so I got 2 million things on my mind. Exactly, Dutchess. Dutchess feels it on a personal level. And Arctic has a husband, cats, dogs, his mom, his pumping out missing people like a machine, and still does, like I like to say, he still does the damn thing on a regular basis. And is constantly putting out videos. And if he's not putting out videos, we're like, are you okay? Where are you at? What are you doing? Hey, check in. I quit being a mod because of all of the shit that was starting and happening in the Sebastian case. Yep, the scamming and stuff. Don't be embarrassed to tell someone. Report it to law enforcement. Do not protect the people that are hurting others. Exactly. Damn, I'm lucky if I could pay my own light bill, right? Yes, I thought I saw you, Exotic. There's Exotic says, hope is all is well with you, Haunting Counter, not so much with many. Yep. I'm a mod, just not for the one I used to be doing it for, just for clarification. Oh, really? I'm a mod, just not. Okay, so you're still Eric's mod, right? Yeah, so glad to see you in here, Exotic. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Thank you all guys for coming in. And I just felt like this was, it gets really heavy on you. It really does. These cases get really heavy on you. And then especially when you lurk around and you go around and people and you look around and you see what's going on, sometimes things start to get to you to the point where you're like, I have to say something or I'm going to explode in a community post and nobody's going to get to see it because YouTube hates my channel. So I figured I would do it like this. So there's a handful of credible creators. Some of them we have in this chat tonight. Some of them come over to this chat. Some of them I interact privately. If a credible creator puts out information, you better damn well believe that credible creator has vetted that information and done the legwork. They've done the legwork before they've put the information out there, because you know what I hold close to my heart? I hold my victims, my families, and my credibility close to my heart. I quit being a mod of a couple channels because of Sebastian Rogers' case, but I'm still in a couple of good channels. Perfect. Chris, I thought that I was glad to glad I saw the light. Creators promising to come through with something to help a family of a missing person and then making excuses when the time comes up to step up is one of the worst things I've seen happen recently. Absolutely. But you know, that is 110% true. And to caveat off of what Arctic just said, if you are going to make a promise to a family and you don't follow through with it, you should probably just delete your whole damn channel. You should probably just delete your whole channel. Because if it ever got out publicly, what do you think that would do to the people that support you? What do you think that would do if the family ever got a hold of your name? I'll tell you what it would do. It would stop any other family from ever coming near you. And it could also affect people that you may be associated with. And it could hurt their credibility. Okay. I read a story about Marines in a fire. Oh, that's terrible. Prayers for their family. I will never understand that either. I will never understand that. If you can't do something for a family, don't say you can. Just don't do it. I can name several that need to delete their channels. Oh, I can too. I can too, Webby. The channels I mod for, I realize that they have the best interests in the community and in their own hearts. Well, thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. I do what I do here because I care, because I have compassion, because I have empathy, because my son was missing and I was a mod on a channel. And I reached out to that creator privately, was invited up on panel, bawling my eyes out. And that creator couldn't shut up about herself long enough to share the information that my son was missing in the area that her channel was based out of. Sorry, my Mac just decided to restart out of nowhere, if y'all heard that. So I realized real quick, and I left that channel for that and multiple other reasons, that wasn't the place for me. Those were not my people. That wasn't what I wanted to be. So I took the time to invest in myself, the research, and the days-long trainings of how to do this the correct way. And how I can sit up here and say, I advocate. Because I didn't just pull that word out of the air and say, oh, I'm going to advocate for people. Don't promise to donate something to a family and then not follow through. Absolutely. Love you too, Webby. Thank you so much for being here. Yep. I've realized some people have more excuses than liver pills. It is very sad. I really, okay. Then Carter has liver pills. Lots of folks come into true crime and has been a victims themselves, sometimes doxing them, and their deeds can truly put them in danger. If their abusers or perpetrators find them, it is very real danger. Just my opinion. I agree. You know, I have a lot of people that in the background that I work with that have law enforcement background. I have some that are active law enforcement, some that are retired law enforcement, private investigators, advocacy groups, SAR groups, search people. But I don't spread those out like butter on a piece of toast. I keep them to myself, and I'm usually in between and communicating and doing whatever I can. And sometimes things don't work out the way I'd like them to. I want it to happen right now for those families. And sometimes it takes time. You're caught up. The docket put out info for my missing grandson. I'm forever grateful for him. And I love Eric. And if you guys are not subbed up to the docket, what are you doing with your life? Definitely sub up to Eric. Eric is an amazing human being. Absolutely facts. And agreed, Dutchie. I wish I had listened to you about a certain creator sooner. Yeah. Yep. And sadly, those of us that have been on this platform for an extended period of time, we're humans. So we're going to try our best to see the best in people. We're going to try our best to see the best in people. But a big negative of the real crime, the true crime community is watch, listen, and speak. Because if you don't do that, how that negatively impacts you is you get wrapped up in something that you didn't realize what you were wrapped up in. You just stepped in a pile of shit and had your flip-flops and not your boots on. All right, Fox, we live and learn. It's okay. I've been there. We want to believe our best in people, and we keep moving and doing our best. Absolutely. Very well said, Dutchie. Very, very well said. Tell you two creators that I thus far that trust as far as I could throw. Yep. Hi, 12. Thank you so much for being here. So I said, I guess he had no pen. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible, guys. Prayers for everybody that was affected by the storms. But just think, I've got a show with FarQ tonight. She's going to bring us an Australian touch to the crime community tonight. I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to just kind of wrap us up with, when you're in chats, or if you are a creator, and of course I'm not speaking to any creator in this chat because I fully support everybody that has showed their face and is not in the bushes in this chat or showed their avatar. Be mindful of what you say in chats, because not only could law enforcement, but a family might be watching what's being said. So always engage with empathy. And remember, if you're going to be a true crime creator, do it the right way, or delete your channel, delete your social media, get a job, find a hobby. Just don't go anywhere near families or cases. Right, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. We will do a part 2 of this, and I'll actually open the panel and we'll get people up here with their opinions. I just wanted to do a quick, short, get it off my chest. Love you guys all very much. If you hang out in the chat, it should zap you through the portal and not the Lori and Chad Daybell portal. Ugh. Through the safe portal to the land of down under. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Have a beautiful night, and I will see you guys in 60 seconds.